Hello? Hello?
I have an issue at my studio, and my instincts are telling me that it's about time for me to move. About a week ago, while I was out of the studio, there was a leak in my studio. And this isn't the first time this happened. The unit above me, for those of you guys, first of all, for those of you guys who don't know my studio situation, I'm in a building, and the building has multiple units with multiple businesses in it. I'd say about, I don't know, maybe like 30 different units and a bunch of different businesses that do all types of different stuff. The business above me, several different times on several different occasions, water's been leaking down into my studio. And the floors, I'm on the second floor. They're on the third floor, obviously, and there's a unit below me also. One of the owners got notified that on the first floor, from the first floor tenant, that there was water coming down in their unit. So they contacted me and said, "Hey, Alan, do you have anything leaking? What's going on in your studio? The first floor is complaining about some water leaking down in the studio." So I immediately told them there couldn't be any water leaking down in my studio. If anything, it would be ink leaking down, but there's nothing leaking down. And I have cameras in my studio, 1, 2, 3, and one at the front. I got about 4 cameras in my studio, so I can look inside the studio while I'm not there to see what's going on, if anything's going on. So I told them it couldn't be me, and I gave them access, gave the cleaners access to come into my studio. I gave them my code. So when they came into the studio, they discovered that the water leak was coming from upstairs, third floor. And I've complained about the people on the third floor several different times now, and nothing's been done about it. One particular time I went upstairs and observed them mopping the floor, like throwing water on the floor and mopping it. But the way the floors are in here, it's like big wooden planks. It's an old school factory, and obviously you don't mop floors like that in a building like this old, with these big wooden slats that water can pass through. So the problem is, obviously I have this expensive equipment all around this room. Luckily, the other day it leaked in the front of the studio near the bathroom, and there was no like expensive equipment up there. But the fact still remains that one day, if it leaks, it could leak on one of these machines. And these machines, as we all know, are super, super expensive. So the leak up front did cause some damage to the rug up front and a humidifier that I have up front that doesn't work anymore because water leaked on it and it doesn't work anymore. A few other things, minor, but overall, the owner, or who I think is one of the owners, asked for an estimate, and my rug needs to be replaced because it's discolored now. And I don't know about you guys, but rugs are expensive. I don't know if you guys know the difference, but rugs are expensive. There's a difference between a rug and a carpet, and this is a huge rug. And I don't know if you guys remember how I got this rug, but that's neither here nor there. I have a rug up front. It was a nice rug, and it needs to be replaced. And a replacement rug for this, not carpet, a replacement rug for this size is about close to $3,000, right? Also, the humidifier, it's a Brookstone humidifier that they don't make anymore, and one similar to the one that's up front is about maybe like $600 or so to replace that. So I haven't heard back once I gave them the estimate, and still I'm thinking like I need to move, because it's only a matter of time, I feel like, until water comes down on one of these machines, and that's going to be a serious problem, because it's going to go from a couple thousand, like 2,000 to 3,000, to 15,000 if one of these machines get broken, and I'm not comfortable with that, so I feel like I need to move. So today I'm going to write a letter to the office and ask them if I could break my lease without being penalized and also get my down payment back, so I can find another place to house my business. Because like I said, I've complained several times about this up top, and it keeps on happening, so I'm just, I just wonder what they're going to say about it, and if I'm even going to get the stuff that I already gave them an estimate for replaced. But one thing is for sure, if the unit upstairs can't afford to replace my rug and my humidifier, which is a very, very expensive humidifier, very expensive rug, if they can't afford to replace that, then they definitely can't afford to replace my DTF machine, my DTG machine, or any of these embroidery machines, or even a heat press. They can't afford to replace any of that. So that means that I'm in the wrong place, and that's my bottom line. If they can't afford to replace a rug and a humidifier, they definitely can't afford to replace an embroidery machine. And yes, I do have business insurance, but I don't feel like it's a burden that I need to be stressed about in my place of business, possibly having water leak on down into my unit from another tenant. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get out of my lease and find somewhere else to keep my business. And I think I'm definitely gonna look for a storefront. I'm probably gonna have a little bit less square footage, but I have some ideas of what I want to do so I can maximize the space being less square footage. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous at the same time. But I am going to notify and send a letter telling them how I feel. And the bottom line, like I said, I'm in the wrong building if they can't replace the things that they damaged, because I have too much expensive equipment down here in this unit. So I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what's going on as far as that is concerned, because that's a major part of the business. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have any experience dealing with something like this, what do you think should be done in your opinion? Even if you don't have any experience, do you think what I'm saying is valid? If they can't afford to replace my humidifier, then they definitely can't afford to replace my DTG machine, and it's only a matter of time till water gets on that thing, and or any one of my printers. Like, it's just a constant worry in my head. So let me know what your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm just curious to what you guys think about this dilemma. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to move.